Hi friends, Kelly here. For those of you who registered for the training last night, Wednesday, November 20th, and could not attend due to power outages and internet failures, we hope you're all well and safe. We have you covered. Anu is extending the officer training credit. Listen to her words in this next clip.
This is a fantastic session, Kelly and Josh, and I've been texting our district director, Sarah, on this, and because we feel bad that I know a lot of people also had some issues with the power outages today and all that. What we're going to do is that once we get the recording, we're going to send it out to all of the VPPRs. And that if they can prove to me that they have watched it by sending me a screenshot of before their website and then also their after website, I can give you credit for attending the training, even though it's asynchronous.
Okay, tonight we have an action-packed program. First, I'd like to thank everyone for being here and Josh for being my wingman. And in just a minute, he's going to drop my contact information in the chat and also a PDF resource I made for you. I'm going to teach you guys a really cool learning method. And in this PDF resource, I have all the links. I have additional training videos for you. So what I want you to do is kind of zoom out and don't worry so much about getting everything down right now or taking copious notes. I want you to think about the possibilities of what you can create for your homepage, and you'll have all the resources you need when you're ready to sit down and actually do the work. Sound good? Okay. Our agenda today, we're going to kick off this meeting and we're going to go right into Canva. Canva is the software of choice I'm teaching, but a lot of these concepts work in any of the software right now. There's Adobe Express, there's lots of free tools. So whatever you create in, this concept is going to work for you. But I recommend Canva to everyone because it's so beginner friendly and it's such an enormous platform that there are literally thousands of training videos and you're going to be able to make anything you need to make for your club with ease. After the Canva session, we're going to take a little break. I put 10 minutes so we can see how we're feeling. If you want to shorten that a little bit, or we can take the full 10 minutes, completely up to you. And then we're going to get into homepage design. We're going to get into free toast. And again, this is not a webmaster training. We're not going to go too far into setting up the back end part of it. I'm showing you how to transform your homepage and more specifically how to deal with images, because a big problem everyone is having is they're not mobile friendly. So when you go to your mobile phone, you have all these crazy images, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. So every time you post something to your site, it's going to look amazing on the cell phone. And then we're going to have a raffle, my compliments, because I appreciate you all taking your time to be with Josh and I tonight. And we'll do a quick review and adjourn, and then I'll hang out for a few minutes after if anybody wants to chat. I want everyone to take a deep breath, let go of your analytical brain, let go of all the tasks you had to do today and all your work stuff. We need to tap into our creative brain to be able to learn and be able to create with fun. So how are we going to do that? We're going to have a dance party. Come on, you guys. Wiggle it out. All right, now that we're happy, let's talk about why are we even here today? I want you to be intentional with your club's first impression. A lot of people put a lot of time into crafting the perfect message, but they don't take the time to make that message visual. And it's really important. In today's world, digital overwhelm is real. We have a lot of email and different social media that we have to deal with, and so do our prospective members. And if we make it really hard for them to contact us or find our website, they're not going to join. And that's the whole point of our club homepage. It's not as much for the members as it is for the prospective members. They already probably went to Toastmasters International and read about Toastmasters or heard from a friend and went to the Find a Club. So they already usually have a first impression of Toastmasters before they get to your website. So I'd like you all to kind of change your perspective of your homepage and think of it as a little mini sales page for your club. Here's my first example. Let's see. Annie, what do you think when you first look at this image? I know you can't read it. How does it make you feel? What's your first impression of this image?
Corporate, bland, not very friendly.
Exactly.
Where are the pictures?
Where are the pictures? Now, what about the second image?
Much better.
Yeah, and I know my eyes go to the people before they even go to the top image. I want to know what that lady's doing in a blue wig, right? Our eyes usually go to people and images first. That is the whole point of us diving in this today. And I wanted to just make a quick example so you can see it through the perspective of your prospective members. Okay, we are going to jump right into Canva now. So I'm going to share my screen away from PowerPoint to a regular screen. Okay, everyone should see my Canva window. Are we good?
We're good.
Excellent. Thank you. Verbal would be great, Josh, since I want to remind you guys too, I'm not really looking at the chat throughout this training. Josh is my wingman, so feel free to put stuff in the chat. We will review it. And don't worry, after the Canva and the free Toast host, you're going to be able to ask questions for each segment. I promise not to rush you. Okay, Canva. Again, like I said, I love Canva because it's beginner friendly. It can do all the amazing things that Adobe can do almost. And it's great for personal work. You can have all kinds of projects in here. You're looking at the main screen here in my folders. And these are all the projects I have. Right here, you can see my Public Speaking Northwest. That's my club. Then I also am working on some Christmas cards for my family. You can have everything in one place and you can share your designs if you need to. A note about VPPR, for those of you who are new to the role, or if you feel overwhelmed, or you see your VPPR struggling, jump in and get them some help. You don't have to do this all alone. You don't have to be a world-class designer to have great stuff on your website. You can create a PR subcommittee. If you're the VPPR and someone in your club loves social media, bring them on in as a subcommittee. The only thing I would caution you on is if you are the VPPR, you need to make sure that whatever they design goes through the brand manual, that it's all in compliance, and that you're the one posting it. I encourage people to have other people make things for them, but don't give your accounts out. Don't let them post to your social. Just let them help you build content material, and then you would be the one posting. High overview of Canva. Basically, all you need to know is search is your friend. You can go in and search templates. You can search the tools you're looking for. When you're learning a new program, I don't want you to watch the training video all at once and get overwhelmed with all the options. We're going to do a different method, play, pause, do. So when you're ready to do a project, you're going to pull up a training video. Then you're going to pull up a project in Canva. So let's say you want to make a Facebook post. You can pull up a Facebook post in Canva, pull up a training video, and follow along. That way, instead of getting overwhelmed and you can't remember and you can't figure out what your notes are, you can follow along. And at the end of that session, you're going to have the thing done. You're going to watch a video on a Facebook ad, you're going to have one made. You're going to watch a video on how to edit images and ghost people out that you don't want in the image. There's so many cool things we can do. And then lastly, when it comes to the Canva overview, is the brand portal. This is what I think is the gold of Canva. What's really great is you can build these brand kits. You can build them for the clubs, you can build them for personal. And in this one, I built this one for Toastmasters. I went to the brand manual for Toastmasters and pulled down all of the logos. I have all of the colors in here, and it's really easy to add these things in. And to not get in the weeds of that, there is another video I put in the resource, and she takes you step by step on how to build out each section of this brand kit. So I would encourage you, when you're ready and you're back at your desk, ready to build your brand kit, pull up her video in the resource and follow along and build your brand kit. That way, anytime you want to make a design, you don't have to worry about what was the exact color for Toastmaster Blue. You're going to have it in your brand kit. Now, if you're using a different program that is not Canva, that is not a problem. I'm going to pull up our brand manual right now. If you go in and Google Toastmasters brand manual, everything we need to create is right here. On the left-hand side here, you're going to find your logos, you're going to find the color palettes, and with the color palettes, they give you the hex numbers. You never want to eyeball the colors because your screen could look very different than someone else's, and you could have a totally different blue and be out of brand compliance. So each one of these colors has an HEX number, and you would take that for the blue 004165, and you'd go back to Canva. And let's say we didn't have it in here. I'm just going to add a color. And right here, you just type in that 00415 and it's going to add this Toastmaster blue. That's how easy it is to build the brand kit. That way, when we go to design, we don't have to fumble going back and forth from Canva to the brand kit. Okay, let me show you how I make a meeting notice. If we go back to my project folders, I have a folder just for my club. And what I like to tell people is get ahead of it. We have a lot of stuff going on. Build a couple templates of the things that you know you're going to use all the time. For instance, the first things I would start with is I have a template for my meeting notice. This is my meeting notice I use every week, and all I have to do is change the date. And now I can save this and it's ready to post on Facebook. I can put it on my website. I can put it in LinkedIn. I can do everything off this one graphic. And the next week, I'm not going to build another image. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to come back in and change the date. I want you to think about brand consistency. And if you're changing the look of your image or your club vibe too much, they're not going to know it's you. Everyone usually knows that when I post something, because I use this little Seattle image and I use the new logo and I keep this look for the whole year. And the next year, maybe I want to do the blue as a background and swap this blue title in burgundy. So I keep the same theme for an entire year, especially on YouTube. For those of you who want to start getting into video, it's nice to see the thumbnail be the same for a whole year. And then the next year you change that theme. That way people can see year by year the videos you post. It's a cool legacy and it's easy to see the things you're doing. If I were going to build a meeting notice from scratch, I would just go start a new presentation. And there's lots of different choices here on size. I like to use 16:9 whenever I'm building a graphic, because that's usually the size of the window when I'm on a PC looking at my website. And when I upload this image, it's going to fit perfectly into my website. I'm not going to have to do anything to it. And then I would just click here. I'd go back over to my brand kit. I'd pick a background I want. I'd pick a logo I want. I would just build it out. When I'm done, I'm going to have this. We're going to save this. To save it, we're going to click down on the share menu and I'm going to save it to my computer so I can show you guys how to upload it to the free Toast host in the next section. We're going to build out a little website so you can see how this all comes together. We have lots of options. If we click this arrow, we can save it as a movie. We can save it as a document. In this case, I would like you to save your regular graphics as JPEG. Hit the download, and then it's going to take a second. It's going to go over to my computer and leave a file. And I made us a folder on the desktop. And here's our meeting notice. Hit save. And there we go. We have the first element that we're going to put on our website. The next thing I'd like to do is build a Contact Us button. Let me go back to my website and show you guys. This is super cool. One of the things that drove me crazy about making my website mobile friendly is when people are scrolling on their phones, they cannot see these menus over here. So they can't click Contact Us. They have to go to the hamburger menu, then a drop-down menu comes down on the cell phone, then they have to hit Contact. And as the VPM in your club, you want people to contact you directly quickly. So I created this contact button that is linked to our contact form. That way, even on the cell phone, when someone clicks it, boom, right to the contact form. Anyone who's in here, the president, the VPR, or the VPM, when people fill this out, it's going to go right to your inbox and you know that someone's been to your website. This is so important. If you do nothing else, I would get this contact button on your homepage, and I'm going to show you how to do it, because when you have a lag of officers responding to people, they go to another club. I can honestly tell you, we probably got 10 members last year just because other Seattle clubs didn't respond in time. It's a big deal. So you want to make sure that you have a quick and easy way for people to get a hold of you when they want to come to your meeting. So let's do it. Let's build a contact button. Let's go back to Canva. In Canva, I just mentioned that I like things to be in the big 16:9 platform, but when I'm building small things like buttons or just images, I like to do a smaller size if you will, canvas, because if I do it on the big canvas and the contact button's tiny, you're going to have a lot of awkward space on your homepage that's going to be hard to fix. So in this instance, we are going to go to a new design. I love to use the logo format because it's nice and small. See how the canvas is much smaller? It's a little small white square. We're going to put our contact button right here. When you go over to the left-hand side, depending on what design you're in, you're going to have different options here. So if you get lost, you can always go back to the home screen or search for the tool you're using. But in this case, we want to go to elements and spend some time when you're learning this. This is fun. They've categorized all the elements, so it's super easy to find things. Here we have my recently used. We have shapes, we have graphics, we have photos that we can take. When we did the dance party, I had the photo, I pulled it right from Canva. We have music, we have video, all contained in Canva for your use. In our case, we want a graphic because we want a little button. It's right here, but what you can do, so you don't have to go searching for it, is put contact us icon, and all your choices are going to come up. Let's say we want this one. The fun thing is we can change this to our brand color. If you click on the Contact Us button, go up to the reds and just pick your Toastmaster colors. Wow, now I have a button that says Contact Us in the brand color of Toastmaster Blue. What are we going to do like we did with the meeting notice? We're going to save it so we can upload it to Free Toast Host. Now in this case, we're going to share it. And instead of a JPEG, I want to use a PNG. A JPEG, think of it as like a photograph. Anything on that canvas is going to be saved. A PNG is whatever you're looking at is your image, and the background is going to be transparent. The only tricky thing is you have to click here on this box and click transparent background or it won't work. We're going to click download and it should pull up that same folder that we put the meeting notice in. Oh, okay, this is something new. I'm glad that happened. If you're using a pro account, this is really weird. I don't know why they did this, but you have to have 2 items to save any design. We can't just use the contact button. So a nice little cheat workaround, and this will be in the video when you guys go to do it, is I just put any kind of shape on here and I make it white so it doesn't show up in my design because for some reason we have to have 2. So when I share it now, it's going to work. Okay, now we have our button. This is an optional step, but what I did, what I thought was kind of fun, if we go back to my Public Speaking Northwest site, is by the contact button, I put our VPM because he's the first contact. I put Dustin's photo, I put a little message, hi, I'm Dustin. And then when people click on the button and submit it, it's going to go right to Dustin. If you have a VPM or whomever is getting your first contacts, it's kind of fun to build a little graphic. In this case, I already have one built. I'll go back to my Public Speaking Northwest folder. And you can see here, I have the design for Dustin. Well, let's say we got a new VPM and we need to put someone else's picture here. And let's say, maybe Anu loves our club so much she wants to come over and be our VPM. What do? We're just going to delete Dustin. We're going to go over to the folder that we saved a picture. And I'm just going to drag Anu right over, put her in here. And now I have a picture of Anu. And a little note here is if someone's picture is on Facebook or LinkedIn, it's fair game. So a lot of times I will go grab their picture so they don't have to get one for me. And we always want to ask permission. So I would have emailed Anu this picture and say, can I use this for this project? And she just has to say yes. She doesn't have to go find a picture, but if she doesn't like it, it gives her an out to send me a different one. And then once we get Anu in there, we can save this, and this will go with our contact button. We're going to download like we did last time. Because it's a graphic, we're going to save it as a JPEG. Download it, and it's going to go right into our, we'll just put this. Save. Okay. So now we have 3 elements that we have built that are going to go on our free TOES host site. Some different ideas you can do. One is you can collect media for future use. What do I mean by that? I would ask all of my officers to send me a headshot. In the beginning of the year, 2025, when I'm building my templates, I would take just random photos at meetings, people speaking, everyone together. A really great photo is to get all of you together by your banner if you do in-person meetings. If you do Zoom, take a screenshot when you're all on Zoom. Let everyone know that you're going to take the photo. Some people may want to turn their camera off. I keep a VPR checklist of all the things that I have to update, and I have their names on their do not post website. Another thing I like to do is collect testimonials. When I have dignitaries stop by our club, or people like Anu, Asana, anyone who comes in to visit, if they had a great time, I'll just ask them, can I write up a little testimonial and put that on my website? Because the prospective members want to know, who are these people? Are they fun? And social proof is gold. So when we go look at my website again, you're going to see I have testimonials there. Those aren't to brag to my members. Those are for prospects so they can see what kind of club we are. And I really, really encourage you to collect testimonials. They work great. We are doing great. Let's jump into Q&A for Canva. Josh,
Yes,
do you want to lead this one if you have any questions in chat, or do you want to just take hands?
absolutely. I think I do have a couple questions in chat. I think one of them was answered, but it could be good for the crew to know as well. So,
Okay.
one was, do you recommend getting the pro version of Canva instead of the free version?
Yes. Let's say if I wanted to put a new on a different background, say that black is just clashing with my Toastmaster brand, I can actually click on background remover, or I can go in and do all these different little things that are under the Magic Media section. You can click on the image that you want to do something to and just click edit, and you're going to get all these tools. The Magic Studio is pro. And in addition to the background remover, there's a magic eraser. So we can go in, like, let's say she had a pimple, we could erase it. I'm not going to do it because it takes a lot of computer resource and it's going to lag my computer down. Say you have an exit sign, you could have removed that. You can do a lot of AI advanced features in the Pro, and it's under $20, which is completely affordable. And again, if you're going to use this just for your club, you might even want to ask your officers if you can put it in for a budget. Most of the platforms are going to charge you for the cool tools. That's just kind of a given now, but you may find some free platforms that have those tools. Great question.
Um, uh,
Well, Kelly, thank you because you certainly helped me out with a lot of stuff. I do use Canva, one of the tools that I use in conjunction with doing some other things. The question that you brought up, can you show me your webpage again? And I'll point out what my question is. So when you talked about brand consistency, which I love, and can you scroll down a little bit more for me? Okay, okay. So one of my questions, keep going, keep going. Let me just look at something else. Keep going. Okay, so I noticed on all of your images, you've either repeated the 100 emblem or the Toastmasters emblem. And for me, I understand consistency, but I also feel like it's a little redundant because you're on the Toastmasters page. And can you just give me maybe a little background as a designer, as to why you choose to put that Toastmasters logo on top of all of your image?
Sure, because I use one image for all my platforms. So on Facebook or any platform I'm on, I don't want to rely on the platform showing my logo. So I choose to leave it on, but you could 100% drop the logos, and I could have even dropped the publicspeaking.com down there. But because I don't have a lot of time, I have a full-time job, I build an image and I just blast it. I can share it in an email and I don't have to worry that my logo isn't on it. I build it ready, locked and loaded to go, but you could actually save this in 2 versions. You could create it like this, and then you could drop your logos and put it on your homepage. That's a great point of view.
Great, thank you so much for that.
Of course. And since we have a little time, we're going to take a break in a few minutes. I do want to show you one more thing on my Halloween meeting because I ran into this with Josh. Here we go. So we're back in my public speaking Northwest folder. And for Halloween, I was getting frustrated because I'd see a lot of clubs that are doing these really cute things like clip art and spiders and pumpkins. And it's not on brand to use clip art. And correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but what we came up with the conclusion was as long as your background and the elements are on brand, if you're doing a fun meeting, you can add some little elements in for the fun. When I submitted this ad to Josh, it wasn't accepted because it should have been like this. This background is the gray, it's a Toastmaster gray, because I didn't think that the burgundy or the blue looked very Halloween, but the gray is a brand color, so I dropped that in. And one thing I really encourage you to read through that brand manual because I didn't even know this. Our logo, the Toastmaster logo, it's supposed to go in the left upper corner or the right lower corner. So actually centering it here, this is off brand. And we can't have the logo like on anything or near anything. It needs to be in the corner with a clear amount of space. So have some fun if you're doing a Halloween or Christmas meeting and put some little things in there. But remember, you've got to keep the logo on brand and the base colors on brand.
Absolutely, and that's a great call out, Kelly. It really is important to check out that brand manual, state a brand, because we are representing Toastmasters in anything that we post. So we want to make sure that we represent it the way they need us to represent them.
Yeah.
So.
And if you are using Fiverr, like let's just say you want someone to build you this awesome graphic for your homepage, you can actually copy and paste out of that brand guide. So you can copy and paste the logo, you can copy and paste the brand color, give it to your online designer and say, I want this photo of us to look amazing with this logo and it needs to be in this placement, and they can just design it for you. So that is the other option if you decide to not build them yourself. Any other
Absolutely.
questions, or
We do have a hand up by Anu, and then I think we'll go on break after that. And then those who have questions left, we can either answer them at the next question section, or if not, we'll make sure we compile questions together and get them answered. Anu.
Yeah, just real quick, and thank you, Kelly, for using me as an example. It writes all my wrinkles.
Your photo's so pretty.
Just as a reminder, you can use your D2 So if you have extra D2 or it's another motivation to get some D2 you can use that for Canva Pro.
Oh, nice. Thank
That's
you.
good.
I didn't even think
Thanks,
about
Anu.
that. And you could probably use that to pay for a Fiverr artist too, right, Anu?
I believe so. Yeah. So just I'll just double check with Sarah, but I did confirm with her about the Canva. So.
Oh yeah, and then if you guys share with the club, that would be even better. You know, it'd only be
Absolutely.
$10 each club, and you share it.
And the other thing that's cool about Canva Pro, I'm not sure if this is available in the free version, you can create teams so that you can have multiple people adding to the same teams. Like if you're doing two different clubs, you can have a club as a team and another club as a separate team. So that you can do within Canva, and you can have all your club stuff in that one team. It's like a folder, if you will. So it's a great way that Canva allows you to do that.
Yeah, it's a great option, and I'm not sure. I'm going to have to double check. I'm not sure if that's under Pro or if they made it a separate Teams, but you have to make sure you have the Teams account to be able to share. So as long as you have a Teams account, you're good to share.
Can I say something?
Sure.
You have to pay extra for the teams, and then the
Yeah.
price has gone up anyway for teams.
Okay.
No, thank you.
So you're
Sorry
probably
about that.
better off just getting a Pro account on your D2 and building it out for your club.
I did not realize that. Thank you.
Yeah, I knew they were changing the whole platform on the pay scale.
All right, with that, I think we're ready for break. So we'll come back at 6:52 exactly, and we'll welcome you all back, and we'll get started on the next part, which we'll talk more about Free Toast Toast. All right, everybody, welcome back. I hope you all had a nice little break there, and hopefully we have you all back here. If you can find the react button, a thumbs up from everybody would be awesome to know that you're back. That we have a good number of you back at least. But anyway, how are you guys feeling? How are you feeling about this? Anyone wanna talk about it a little bit?
Hi, Josh. I can talk. Shelly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Please share.
Yeah. So really grateful to be here, to be honest. I myself, I am a designer. I have taken, classes. And then definitely, I am a new joiner in the Confident Toastmaster Club. So right now I'm trying to figure out how to fix the website. And yeah, this is definitely pretty great. I'm definitely, going to go ahead and share this with my members as well. So yeah, thank you so much for
That
this.
is excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Appreciate that. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm not from your district yet, though we may get folded into your district next year. I'm in District 32, but this is fantastic, and I've been afraid to even look at Canva because I'm not graphically oriented. And now I'm not afraid of it anymore, thanks to your presentation. Think I'm gonna get it and check it out. And I've got a VPPR that I'm gonna really try hard to share this information with. I wasn't able to talk her into coming to this event, but I'm gonna try to share this information with her, yeah.
That's amazing, Karen.
Definitely get that free trial. I don't know if Josh or someone else mentioned it, but you can try it for 30 days and see if it works for your club.
Absolutely. Anyone else? I have time for one more.
I think something for people to be mindful of is this is the second or third time that I've received training on this topic, and I have zero creativity, and I'm also very impaired with following directions on anything that's creativity driven. But this is helpful, and I would encourage the program quality team to consider a track during our conference that is specifically on branding, on marketing, on externalizing your club, all of those elements that have to do with public relations, because it's this type of session that demystifies it, that makes you feel like you might be able to do something helpful for your club. And that's all that we need someone to believe when they enter into the role. So, and if you were to record those sessions so that we could then access them over and over and over again with this methodology of showing and then having the ability to apply yourself, to consider what you know and then trying to replicate it, I think it's a great model, and I'm glad that you're doing it. So thank you.
Absolutely, Marty. Thank you so much. That's an amazing idea.
Yeah. And then just to expound, that's where that play, pause, do comes in. Don't just go back to this video, because if you go to YouTube and you look for a new video, they may have an easier, faster way than how I taught it.
Thank you so much, Anu, for that. And everyone, I would like to give the stage back to Kelly. She's going to go over the next part of our presentation. Kelly.
Okay, get ready. We're going back in. We're going to get into free toast host. So I want to quickly talk about the free toast host support, because this is not just for the webmasters. VPPRs can ask questions. If you do something to your website and you just don't know what you did, don't spend hours stressing out about it. Take a screenshot, and then I want you to come over here and go to the free toast host website, and you need to register for support. So you need to give your email and your club, then you'll get a link. Then you'll be able to go into the support page, and it's a blog forum. We want to go into support on the forum, and then we're just going to log a question. And in 2 to 3 days, sometimes it's sooner. If you get them on a Friday, they may not get back to you till Monday. But because you registered for support and they have your email, you don't have to worry about bookmarking this page. You're going to get an email back with the exact resolution to your issue. Another cool thing is Free Toast Host gave me a training site, so I don't have to mess up my website as I'm showing you how to load things. This is what a blank Free Toast Host site looks like. And we have this for 90 days. So if any of you want to get in here and play and upload a video or a photo before you do it on your own club's site, just shoot me an email and I'll send you this link. We don't want everybody going into it at the same time, but say, tomorrow Marty has an hour and she wants to practice, I'll give you the link and you can come here and practice. The first thing I like to do is take all of these blue extra Toastmaster information bars off, because like I said earlier, most people are going to the Toastmasters main site and all this stuff is already there, so it's redundant. People want to know about your club, and if you open these and they expand, they can get lost in this information, and they just want to know, first of all, what you're about, when do you meet, and if they have questions, they want to get to that contact form. I have to log in as a member, and then I have to log in as an admin. If you're a VPPR and you don't have this login as an admin, you need to ask your webmaster or your president. They need to give you that designation, because logging in as an admin is how we get to these tools. We're already logged in as an admin here. And you can see this little pencil up here. So this is our home page, this whole scrolling blank area. And if I want to change anything on this, I'm going to click this pencil. This is where people get into the weeds. I want you to take your hand off your mouse when you're looking at this stuff, because we have a tendency to look around with our mouse, right? And then we click into something, we don't know what we did, and we have a mess. So to prevent that, take your hand off your mouse and look at what you're doing. Under this model, we want to be on web settings. And what are we talking about? We're talking about the appearance right now. So we're going to go into the appearance. And this is where I was saying, just do the basics first. Get a photo up there, get your meeting notice up there, and then go back and watch the videos I have in the PDF, because they get into all this cool stuff. If you wanted your buttons to be burgundy instead of blue, you can do it. If you need to change the font, you can do it. You can literally manipulate this saying, like, I thought I was kind of stuck with this template. You can do amazing things if you know how to navigate these menus. We are going to just turn off all the stuff we don't need. Under, again, web settings, we went to appearance, and we're just going to scroll all the way down to this little checkbox, and we're going to turn off the default Toastmasters information. Sometimes this glitches. You have to hit save, and then you have to close it, and take your time, because sometimes it won't do it. And then you'll think, I did it. I got to go back to the video and watch it. No. You did it correctly, it just glitched. So you might have to go back in and do it twice. I find I do everything on this site twice, just to give you a heads up. Now we have a perfectly blank, clear canvas. Let's talk about design methodology real quick. So you have the option when we click on the pencil. Now we're still under web settings, but we're on our home page. And the way to make this a little bigger is if you click on this large button, this white space, just this white space, it's the whole scrolling page. So if I want to see more of it, I can expand it a little. You can actually type and put your images right on the web page. I could put welcome. All of these tools right here are just like you would see in any editor. So I can highlight the word welcome, and I can make it bigger. Let's say we want it really big, and I want to change the color. I can change the color, and I can center it. But this is not my preferred method. Why? Because if you start putting text and adding images all the way down your site, if you go to update something or change it, it's going to change the whole look of your site. Let's upload that meeting notice we made. Anywhere at the top, you want to have your cursor so you know it's active. And on this toolbar here, we have a little photo icon. It's going to bring up the photo box. For those of you who have never uploaded a photo before, we're not just putting the photo right on the home page. We're going to upload it to the server where all your images live, and then we're going to go to that server and pull that photo down on our web page. Let's do it. You would think we're going to click and add the image, but first we're going to go to upload, that third tab on the top. And we need to find the file on our computer. Remember, I saved it on the desktop in my D2 folder. And here's my meeting notice. I'm going to click that. Click OK. Now here, do not click OK, because that's what I was doing and it was driving me insane. You have to click send it to the server first. When you get that success message in blue, now you know your image is living up there and you can go pull it down. Now we hit OK, and we hit OK again. When we are going to send it to the server, we're going to go find it on our desktop, send it to the server, click OK, make sure we get the success message, and then click OK for the whole window. Now that it's living up in the server, we can click on Browse Server. And oh, look, our very first image. Right here, you can see your images. Toastmaster has uploaded some images. Please don't use these. These are kind of antiquated. There are some new images in our new brand manual. If you didn't have an image of a speaker, for instance, you can get a Toastmaster branded image off the brand portal. That's a Toastmaster behind a podium or anything you want to do. But I really encourage you to use your club photos. You speaking, your officers, those are going to be more interesting than any stock photo. So we go back to our image library and we're just going to click on it. Now, this is the magic. Most people will tell you to highlight this number and put a 0. Do not do that. If you want this image to work on your cell phone, meaning when someone looks at it, it's not distorted, it looks big on the desktop and it looks small on the cell phone, you want to delete these. So highlight each of these numbers and hit delete. Click OK. Now, you're not going to be able to tell till you go to your cell phone, but right now, this is the correct size, the 16:9 size that we wanted for our meeting notice. And we're going to click Save and Close. And now we can see we have our first thing uploaded to our website, our meeting notice. If I go to my cell phone and look at my website, it's not going to be distorted. That's how you make anything that you post up here to be mobile friendly, is you delete width and height out of anything that you upload. Our next item is we're going to upload that contact us. Remember, we made a new, hi, I'm Anu, and then we're going to put the contact button. So what I like to do is go back, and you could put multiple things in a session, but sometimes it glitches. So I would really encourage you to upload a photo to the server, get it on the homepage, and then go back in. So do each image individually. That way, if something happens, you don't lose all the work that you've already done. We click on that little button, the little pencil, and now you can see we're seeing my notice. Next, I want to do my contact button. So we're going to go through the same process. We're going to go up and grab a photo icon. And basically, this is just a little placeholder when we click that icon. Now we have to go back to upload because we have a new image. I'm going to choose the file. First, I'm going to put Anu in the picture. I don't think I changed your name, so it's a news picture, and it's going to say, hi, I'm Dustin, but you guys get it. I'm going to send it to the server, go back in, put our cursor. We're going to get our placeholder. We're going to go to upload a photo, choose photo. Going to get our PNG. And we're going to send it to the server. We're going to go get it. Browse server. We're back to OK. OK. Now there should be something here. Yay. So you're going to click on the one you want. And remember, we're going to delete the width, delete the height, hit OK. Now we have Anu's pretty face. So now we want to go in and put our little contact icon so we can actually link the button. Back and find our picture icon. And here we go again. I'm going to do this right, Marty. All right. We're going to upload the photo. Choose file. I want the contact button. I'm going to move this over so I can see it. I'm going to click open. Then we're going to send it to the server. There we go. See that glitch? It almost looked like I didn't do it and then it came over. Okay, now we're going to browse the server and we should have a button here. We do. Yay. Same step. We're deleting the height and width. Click OK. And there we go. Now this one, I could have made this smaller. This is the great example. See how I click on it? That whole purple thing is the white space. I could have actually used a smaller size than the logo. That way I don't have to worry about cropping or doing anything weird here. So for this example, we'll just leave it and then I'll show you how to fix it. So once we have our button in, we're going to need to go to the contact form and get the link. The big thing that we ran into at Public Speaking Northwest is people were publishing the VPM and the VPPR's email, and then we got spammed. So in emails or Facebook or up here, you only want to publish the contact form. People should be coming in through the contact form. And then once you make contact with them, sure, use your VPPR email and have a chat, but don't put that email up where it can get spammed. How are we going to link this button to the contact? We're going to go find the contact form, copy the link, and then we're going to link it. We're going to go to email settings. When we came into this web page here on the back end, we were under the home page. See how this tab right here is grayed out? To go and get the actual link, the contact form, we need to go from website settings to email and contact forms. And we're going to go to contact form. And this is super simple. It's right here. It gives us a link. Just make sure you get the whole thing. So you're going to copy and paste this link anywhere you want. So you could put this in an email if you were doing an outreach. When they click on it, instead of going back to your email, it's going to go to your contact form. You can put this on the web page like I do. Once you have it highlighted, you're just going to right click and copy. And then we're going to go back. We're going to right click on our image and we're going to go to image properties. All you have to do is go to the link tab. In that URL, you're going to paste that big long link. I'm going to hit OK. And this is done much more eloquently in the training video that I have attached for you. So I'm sorry I made this painful. You can go and watch that video when you want to do your contact link. And it takes you right to that page in the back end. Grab the contact form link, go back to your image, right click on it, go to properties and drop the URL in. Now this is an active link. When we click on it, boom, they can contact us. So the magic is when you look, if you pull up my website right now, Public Speaking Northwest on your cell phone, you're going to see it's all mobile friendly and you can click on that contact form. You don't, or the contact button, you don't have to go to the hamburger menu and look for it. Note for your webmasters, make sure that each year when you get new officers, make sure you go to the Find the Club on the Toastmasters site, that you actually go in there and put the new officer in there. Otherwise, the contact form is going to be linked to the previous officer. All right, let's get to some sexy stuff. How about we add a video to our homepage? Okay, now you do not have to have a YouTube channel to do this. You can link to videos on the Toastmasters Facebook, on their YouTube channel. But what I would encourage you as a stretch goal is to have a welcome video on your homepage. This has been one of the second best things that has brought in membership for us. Typically, if we're in a membership drive, I will move my welcome video right up underneath the meeting notice. So when prospects come, they can click on this and they're going to see our welcome message from our president.
Hi, did you say you are in Toastmasters?
Yes, you should come as a guest.
That would be great. What club?
Public Speaking Northwest Toastmasters.
Yay.
Hi there, I'm Victor, proud president of Public Speaking Northwest Toastmasters.
So that was just a little example. It doesn't need to be elaborate with animations. One thing I did is I have our president get up against a blank wall and they shoot a little welcome message and I can drop it right into a template. This is a fancy example, but you can make it really simple. And it's nice to have your president welcome people when they're coming and checking out your site. A couple last minute things here. You also want to make sure that your social links are going to the right accounts. I've had some people, I'm not going to log in here, but you need to make sure that your social links are linked because not everybody links them and they think that the free Toast host site does it for you. You need to go into the back end and link your social links. That's also in the training video, so you'll be able to do that after this meeting. And lastly, different ideas. You want to have your meeting notice. You want them to contact you clearly. Any fun things you're doing. You might have a Zoom shot. You might have a welcome video. This is an awards video. You can do your awards that you get from the district. I do an About Us where this is a downloadable PDF that people can send to their HR department to see if they can get reimbursement for joining our club. And then you can do welcome your new members. You can get testimonials. There's so many different things. Don't get overwhelmed. Start with the basics, then go to the videos and the resource and look at all the cool stuff. And then just add a couple things that you think are going to give your website impact. Okay, let's answer just a couple of questions on Free Toast Host.
Not a lot of questions, but I do have one that someone was asking, Tony was asking if can you have the contact form be a link available on your Facebook page, not directly related to Free Toast Host, but wondering if that would work. And I was just answering. I haven't tested it myself yet. I'm not sure, Kelly, if you know.
You could take that link and put it not in the image. I would put it in your actual message. If you have a big long link like that, you can type and click here and highlight it, and you can right click and link other links. That way you're not giving people big long links. It'll just say contact us, but when they click on it, it's going to go to the contact forms.
Excellent. And another question, can you use the contact link can you turn that into a QR code?
Yeah. Anything with the link can get turned into a QR code. And again, you can do that right in Canva for free. Do not buy a QR code converter. All you have to do is Google that on YouTube and you'll get a really easy tutorial how to do it.
And do I have any hands up? I'm looking. So if I miss you, feel free to speak up. There we go.
Hey.
I do. Donna has her hand up.
Yeah. Hey there, Josh. Thank you so much. So Kelly, got a question about first of all, I think that this is great, what you're doing with Public Speaking Northwest homepage and all that. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
But one question I've got about the way that you do your layout for all of your images. Okay, I think that that's great, the way that you are, punching things up with different types of images and, showcasing various things. But what I'm thinking about is that perhaps I'm thinking as a consumer, say, of your particular website, if I look at that homepage and it's, in my view, maybe one long scroll of images, sure, they're cool images, but in a way I'm feeling that it's maybe a little bit disorganized. And what I'm thinking about is maybe the idea of creating custom pages off of the Free Toast Host site, which is something that we can do as web admins, and then creating topic specific showcase kind of areas off of custom pages, and then putting those gallery of images there on the particular pages, so that you're kind of segmenting content from one area to the other, and then maybe even creating hyperlinks off of the homepage into those separate areas to generate interest on things that people might just miss if they're just focusing on the homepage exclusively. So just kind of a suggestion and asking for your commentary as far as how viable you think that is for the marketing angle.
Yeah, that's 100%, but that's an advanced technique and it's going to take a lot of time. What I teach is usually to new VPPRs just to get them up and running. So if you've got the skill, I 100% know Donna can do this. Yeah, do it. But if you're new, just stick to the long scroll. It's so much easier. And you can break up the images with just text. So if you wanted to have an image of you and your club, and then you could have just a text of your meeting dates. It doesn't have to always be an image. You can do image, text. But I would disadvise new people in getting too crazy with the pages and the segments in the beginning, but definitely stretch goal because it does look awesome. It just takes time. Did I answer your question, Donna?
Yeah, yes, you did. Thank you so much, Kelly. Great.
Awesome. So I think, is it raffle time, Josh?
I think it's raffle time. Yeah, I have a hat that hopefully you guys can try to see. And I have my little, there we go. And it's time for me to pull a name out for a raffle. And if I can have a little bit of a drum roll, please. I have Karen Rosquist. Are you here?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Hi, Karen. Congratulations. You won the raffle for today.
So you
All right,
get a choice of a microphone or a video light.
A microphone or a video light?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the video light, please.
Okay, and then if you'd like to confirm your address with Josh privately, we'll ship that via Amazon directly to your home. So just to kind of wrap this all up, I want to encourage you guys to take what Donna said. When you have those great ideas, make a list of the stuff you want to do that's cool, but just start with being simple. Make sure the very first thing people see is when do you meet? The next thing is how do I get someone to answer my questions, which is your contact form link. Then the third thing is putting some personality. Just start with some club photos, keep it simple, and then go back to your list when you have time and add all the bells and whistles. And most importantly, don't forget that play, pause, do. I've repeated it so much because it makes your life so easy. Anytime you're doing something hard, like you could crush all those ideas Donna said just by watching one video and following it and doing it. Your websites are going to look fantastic. And I can't wait to see them so we can see.
Yes, absolutely.
And then lastly, we have a feedback form because Josh and I want to know how we did. You can scan the QR code or Josh is going to drop a link. If we could have done something different, this is the first time I've taught this. Your suggestions are welcome. You won't hurt my feelings. Remember, these are my preferences. So when you're going through these videos, put your own spin on it. And if you want to do it a different way, if you want to put your text right on the website and not do images like I do it. This is all subjective. The only thing you have to remember is to stay on brand.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you guys. Thank you, Josh.
Yes, thank
Give Josh
you.
a round of applause. Thank you for putting this together. It was awesome.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I'm glad that we got so many people here, despite some power outages that are out and around us. So thank you all so much. And yeah, for those questions we did not get to, I'll make sure to track all the questions that we received in chat, and then we'll get some answers out to you guys. Thank you all.
Yeah, and then
Thank you.
And then just one last thing, look for a follow-up email from me, so with the link to the recording and some additional information. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you,
so
Kelly
much.
and Josh. Awesome training.
Thanks,
Bye.
John.
It was an awesome training.
Awesome.
Thank you.